Hey there, all you Clash of Clan freaks. You're going to love this episode. We have a very popular Twitch personality that goes by the name Tmo1990. Many of you probably already have heard of him. We're going to be talking about war in particular. And guess what? Tmo's going to explain the war algorithm in a very simple manner. So if you guys are interested in war, you're not going to want to miss this special episode. And that and a whole lot more. Plus, Tmo roasts my base. So stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah!
My castle stands at the end of it all. With strength in numbers, should one of us fall.
Hey, this is Rigoletto, and I have with me today Tmo1990. How you doing, bud?
Doing pretty good, man.
Thanks so much for coming on the show. It's a real pleasure of mine to have you on, and I'm so excited. I'm going to ask you a million questions today, so I hope you're ready, bud.
Oh, anything you want to know, man, just ask away, like I said.
Okay, well, real quickly, let's talk about Twitch and how you got started. Was this something that you were immediately attracted to once you seen live streaming?
To the point where, I was actually staying awake to watch a certain streamer every single day. As soon as his notification went live, I'd stay up 3 hours, way past my bedtime, and just watching the stream. And then I just kind of get captured into it almost every time. And all of a sudden, I look down, I'm like, oh my god, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to work in 4 hours.
What's crazy about with Twitch, I like it, and it's also like you said, sometimes it can affect your sleep patterns. But when you're playing Clash of Clans, if you don't want to feel like you're playing by yourself, you can always just jump on Twitch, find somebody that's streaming, and then it feels like you're kind of there with somebody. So in a way, it's kind of cool like that.
Absolutely. When you're just sitting there, maybe trophy pushing, sitting in the clouds, just farming, hitting that next button. Absolutely. You can hop on there and just watch some entertaining people that are, show their playing style, or, sometimes you might learn some things.
Yeah, you know what? So there's a couple of guys that I watch. Eclipse is one of them, and I know you're friends with Eclipse.
Absolutely.
So he has a Twitch stream called is it Pigeonism, or is that the name of his clan?
That's the name of his clan.
Okay, and he likes to make fun of people's bases, and he's real funny. That guy cracks me up.
Absolutely, the roasters are pretty funny.
Yeah, and then there's like everyone sort of has a kind of a thing that they do. Like everyone's heard of Hulk Files or the Hulk, however you want to call his name. But he's real popular, and there's even this other guy. I don't know if I'm sure you have. Yeah, are you guys like a community of people? Do you guys all watch each other's stuff, or just talk on Twitter?
Mostly there's a lot of people, like we know everybody, almost everybody in the community.
Yeah, what's that guy? There's a guy named Zeus, right? And he does like some sort of like betting.
Yeah, Zeus Gaming. Yeah, he does a little bit of the betting on the Vortex.
Yeah,
he wasn't the founder of it. The person, there's really no founder, but the person who really brought it to life was Pinworms.
Mm-hmm.
And he has anywhere from 800 to 1,000 people betting on his stream of Vortex. So it's not real money. It's just, stream reward currency. You can use some, to request songs. You can use the reward currency to use for giveaways. If you're definitely looking for free gems, honestly, watching a few of the Twitch streamers of Clash of Clans, they do massive amounts of giveaways.
So are they funding all this themselves, or do you get sponsors? It seems like it's real costly to run your own stream.
There's some people can just hibernate the fact that they did receive some.
Uh-huh.
Usually there are some very generous people out there in the community.
Yeah.
That, probably might donate $50-$60. Some people like to give it all back. Some people like to, hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, buy gems. Every streamer usually always has at least, they always have their fair share amount of gems. I know that for a fact.
So how many? Let me ask. How many gems do you think you go through in a week?
the past 3 weeks have been a rare case because I'm on the pushing for the original goal was to push for the #1 player in the world.
Yeah.
But after pushing up here and seeing what kind of time it's going to take to get to that, that's going to have to take after my base is maxed out. But in the past 3 weeks, I'm at I think $1,500 right now.
Oh my God. $1,500.
In 3 weeks of gems, yeah.
Oh my, that is crazy. And most of that has been donated to you by fans who are watching you.
Yes, I was given a $3,000 sponsorship to go ahead and make the push for the #1, and then I actually talked to the guy. And I'm like, hey, I don't see this viable yet. It's gonna have to wait a little bit until I maybe have like 2-3 weeks off for vacation.
One guy?
Completely. Oh yeah, one guy.
$3,000.
Yes, sir.
Was he like a Saudi prince or something? That's crazy.
Nope. He's a huge supporter of me. Yep.
That is so cool. A lot of people in my clan, they're starting to catch on to Twitch. Some people, there's two camps. You either understand it or you don't get it. And I see there's a huge potential right now for live audiences with gaming. I think YouTube was planning on doing something like that, or I don't know if they are part of Twitch. I know that most video streams kind of all merge back to Google somehow, but it seems like there is a huge demand for gamers right now.
I think the fact is YouTube is a great source of information, but it's also, it is information. You can get information from YouTube, but also the same person that you're getting the information from, other people can see it as well.
Yeah, because like the #1 YouTuber is PewDiePie. The guy has like 30 million subscribers.
Oh yeah.
And all he's doing is playing games, but people love to watch it, and he tries to entertain. So it's just sort of interesting to me to see where this new generation of people that grew up like my age, where we grew up on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and you never let go of that. You grow up, but you're still playing games. You just might play a different style of game, but gaming is now in everybody's blood. It doesn't matter if you're a guy, girl, kid, old man, old woman. It seems like everybody, there's something that they like to play, for fun.
Yeah, always across the board. There's my dad's, he's 67, and he's every day he gets off work, man, he grabs his iPad and he plays a Double Down Casino.
Okay, cool.
And he dumps money in just getting free, basically free slot money to play slots. Even if he wins, doesn't matter. He doesn't get the money back. It's just, it's a hobby of his. So.
Hey, so what's your family think now? Like, are they pretty excited about what's going on now with you doing these live streamings, or is this sort of like just your deal and they don't get it?
No. When I remember the first day that I started streaming, I made $3.18 off donations. I screenshotted it and I sent it to my mom and I said, "You won't believe this, but I made $3 playing a video game." And she laughed. She's like, "Well, don't worry, that's not going to pay your bills." And I was like, "You're absolutely right. I know it's not." And it was the same thing where, as the days grew and the streams got longer and the more people that watched, and it just, now no means does it take care of all the bills, but it is a good supply of income for myself.
That's awesome.
The supporters I do have are crazy, man. I've never seen a bunch of people that are the ones that support me the way they do.
So how many hours do you put in when you generally do this?
When I stream?
Yeah.
Are you talking off stream or on stream?
What's off stream?
Off stream is the backwards mechanics. There's so many programs, and honestly, I've streamed, so in the total of 4 to 5 months, I've streamed probably about 500 hours.
Really?
Now off stream, I probably spent about another 1,000 putting everything together.
Okay, so you're talking about like getting all the cameras set up, getting all the gear set up, testing your network, green screens, like that whole thing.
Yeah, lighting, green screen, upgrading equipment, rebuilding computers, adding new things, surround sound, putting in donation notifications, follower alerts. Yeah, throughout all of that, there's a lot of time.
So it really is a
people.
full-time job. I mean, and it's just a one-man show.
Absolutely.
Have you ever thought about bringing on a friend to help you out, or somebody with some experience to help with the back end stuff, or is this something that you just want to do by yourself?
Now that's another thing. The community's been so they're so welcoming. A lot of my background stuff came from the lower end streamers that really helped me out.
Okay.
Just sitting down having a 2-hour Skype conversation or talking into this TeamSpeak channels about, hey, this is what you could do here if you're having this type of problem or complication. There was a guy named Xero who spent 3 hours on my first computer removing spyware.
Yeah.
It's just so much was going on at that point in time. You'd get one thing working and then all of a sudden something else crashes. You'd have to troubleshoot what's going on. Sometimes your frames per second wouldn't be right, and you'd have to go check your internet, adjust your buffering. So there's definitely a lot of people think that we just get these programs, download them on our computer, and turn on, and that's not the case. You have to get your overlays. You have to get all the channels and everything put together as well. So
yeah, I'm kind of learning that with podcasting too. There's a lot of equipment that's involved, and depending on how well you want your sound to be, the sky's the limit when it comes to buying stuff. I mean, there's always a more expensive item that you could upgrade to.
yeah.
So
When I first started streaming, I streamed from my cell phone. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. I used an application called BlueStacks where you can play on a computer.
Yeah.
Clash of Clans.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a violation of Supercell policy. So I'm going to tell you guys that now. But you can play on a computer. I remember I first started that with a game capture. I started with one monitor. I did not have a web camera.
Yeah.
Did not have an overlay, didn't have any of the things that I had. I had one supporter who believed in me, and I probably wouldn't be where I am today without that guy.
And now look at you. You've got yourself a name out there. And we're going to talk about Clash of Clans in particular. So you're on a Clash of Clans podcast, bud. So we're going to be talking Clash of Clans. So, how did you feel as far as the comfortability of talking war strategies with people out there? Were you already a good war player when you started, or was that something you grew into?
When I first started playing the game, I had no idea about the different strategies. I was an intense farmer who had max level heroes before I had all Lego walls at Town Hall 9. When I first started off, I was I had level 30 heroes before I had maxed out defenses for a Town Hall 9. I sat on champions, and all I did was go for Dark Elixir.
Yeah.
Maxed out the heroes. I did gem the downtime.
Okay.
So it's $10 a level after 15. So you're looking at $150 for each hero.
Yeah.
Small investment for myself, where I just wanted to use them. War was not around at that point in time as well. So there was a lot of things. A lot of clans probably went through some bad edges when Clan War started, I could say.
Yeah. When did it start? It was last summer?
Yes, we're almost reaching the 1 year mark of Clan Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I switched over clans when Clan Wars started, and I wanted to be part of a war clan. And now the current clan that I'm in LexCorp, that's all we do is we hit the button right after every war. And it's so much fun. It's the best part of the game for me. I never really, I guess, took the time to farm very well. So for those of you out there who've scanned my base, it needs a lot of work, but warring is what I like to do. And now with the increase in the war loot bonus, that helps.
Tremendously. I do agree as well. The war loot bonus has been phenomenally nice.
All right, so let me ask you now. So whenever I have a guest on the show, I usually ask how they can personally help me with my game. So I don't know if you have your iPad out or if you're ready, but my clan is LexCorp, and my name is Rigoletto. So if you want to check out our clan, I got some questions about being a new Town Hall 9. New meaning about 2 months now. So,
do you have your hashtag?
Yeah, sure. Let me look this up. There's a few LexCorps out there, but I'll put it out there for you, and I'll chop all this stuff out.
Well, even with your hashtag out there, man, maybe some of your fans can actually come into the clan as well.
Yeah, we're so picky with people. We're nobody special, but man, we don't like the open door policy anymore. But the hashtag code is 89. I think that's UUPYGC.
All right, I got you.
Whoops, I almost left the clan. Okay. So I'm Town Hall 9. I'm loving it. Loving the walls. Got my mins up to level 5, I think. And I just got barbs to level 6 today, this morning. But my focus is to just be better at war. So I got some questions for you.
Ready when you are, my man.
Okay, beginner question number 1. What's the most important thing to start with as a war player? Let's just say you just started your new Town Hall. So where do you go as Town Hall 9? You're fresh. What's the first thing you should be thinking about?
Your offense.
Okay. So get all your offensive troops that you're going to use for war, get those up to max as fast as possible.
If you are a farmer, then get your farming army first. If you are intense in the wars, whatever troops you use for war, make sure you're upgrading those first. What I mean by offense is upgrade your clan castle, upgrade your army camps, make sure you have as much as you possibly can.
Yep.
Upgrade the spell factory. I've seen a lot of Town Hall 9s that were fresh. They're like, well, I don't want to sit out of a war and wait the 6 days until my spell factory goes up, so they try to go to a war with 3 stars, or with 3 spells.
Yeah, I got all 3 of those done right away. And I just got my queen to level 5, so I'm barely learning how to use the phase ability efficiently. But it's already been a game changer. On our last war, I was able to 3-star because the queen was at level 5. So I know that she's a huge part of Town Hall 9 offense.
100%. A lot of people, if you maxed out the king at I'm assuming you maxed the king out at Town Hall 8, because you do have a level 10 king. You said if you've been working on your queen.
Yeah.
A huge thing that I like to tell a lot of people is it does suck, but in the beginning you should just constantly, if your king's already a 10, you should go ahead and make the queen, possibly a 15 or 20 before upgrading the king again.
Really? Okay, explain why.
The queen is probably the most viable troop in the game because of how, for each ability, she spawns 1 more archer, and the damage per second, which is I'll talk about a lot on anybody who usually asks a good question about offense or defense.
Yeah.
I always go to DPS, which is damage per second.
Right.
And the DPS is just through the roof. On a max level queen, it's she jumps anywhere from 700 to 800 per second, and to get through a base design, there's damage per second for defensive side, and if your offense is going to do more than the defense, then you're going to win the attack.
Now, a king and a queen, they work well together. So is a level 10 king and a level 15 archer queen, are they balanced for each other?
More than likely, the king does get the reason why I say focus on the queen first.
Uh-huh.
She is the one that does shoot over walls.
Right.
The king has to go through them. So the king's basically job is the tank for the queen, and if your king's already a 10, he's a decent level enough. 15's a general level. I'd stop upgrading him, focus on the queen, get the queen all the way up to 30, and then begin to catch up the king.
Okay, so kind of like jump 10 levels at a time or around there, go switch back and forth.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. I'm definitely going to consider how I'm going to do that. I have 10 more levels on my archer queen if I'm going to do that. So that's a lot of dark elixir. So I got some questions about the queen now. So I'm learning how she moves. Is there a defense that she will instantly go after once she breaks through the wall? Are there certain defensive buildings that have a higher priority list for a queen to take out? Because I've noticed that she seems to like to take out air defense.
She goes. Here's some things a lot of people don't know. 2 spacing tiles in the game, and a spacing tile is like if you were to put 2 barracks together, that would be 2 spacing tiles. Now, if you put a wall with 1 space in it and another wall, that is considered 2 spacing tiles as well, and it's also a smaller compartment. So the wall counts as automatically 1 spacing tile for itself. So if you have 2 layers of walls, it's considered as thick as 2 barracks being next to each other. That's why a lot of the times when you do have that happen, the queen, once she goes through the wall, it depends on how the segment is set up for the wall, and then the queen will target whatever's closest to that opening.
So is there a strategy to double stacking walls then?
With the wall breakers under rage, no, not anymore. Segmenting your base is going to be the best bet.
Okay, so segmenting, you mean like having more compartments?
Yes.
Okay. So that makes it more difficult for the queen to do what she is going to do.
Yeah, it also catches troops up into the core. A lot of times, what I mean by core is they get stuck in the middle of the base. All the defenses are shooting inward, and they don't have enough time or power to get through the middle of the base, and they kind of just get stuck there. And then, the archer towers and the cannons on the bottom just tend to pick them off.
So I'm a big believer in walls. So obviously, the higher the level the wall, the more difficulty challenge it's going to be for the queen and for everyone else to get into the base. Do you still see that as something of importance now that you see lava loon attacks and goho attacks and all these specialty attacks that are kind of minimizing the value of walls?
I'm a strong believer that walls honestly mean everything.
Okay.
On my Town Hall 10 account, I'm neglecting my defenses right now. I'm working on all my zaps.
Okay.
Just the fact that if it comes down to 10 seconds left in the raid and a hero or a wizard has to go through a wall, it'll potentially save a 2-star or a 3-star attack.
If you can get them caught up on the walls, yeah. So right now, it seems like I was saying, Lava Loon, that's like the big hot deal right now. So do you think Supercell's going to change that? Or do you think there's going to be a modification to air attacks and future updates? I don't know if you have any insider info, but what's your opinion of where the game's moving as far as for attacks in general?
The Lava Loonian attack is one of the most overpowered I've seen in a long time.
Uh-huh.
It's just as powerful, I think, as the 5 Golem attack that I've been seeing in high champions now.
5 Golem attack?
Yes, sir. 5 Golems, man.
What kind of attack is that? So 5 Golems followed is that like a go wee wee, just heavy on the golem, or what?
It's 5 Golems, 1 P.E.K.K.A., and then level 40 heroes. And
that's it?
That's it.
Wow.
That's all it'll take.
And that's going for the 1-star, or what kind of attack is that?
It's going to 2-star any max TH10, depending on what the walk segments look like. Usually bring 4 jump spells.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or not 4 jump spells. They bring 2 jump spells and some other troops as well to help out. They bring 2 jump spells, 1 freeze, a lightning, and then a rage.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to Town Hall 10, but everything changes at Town Hall 10. A lot of what I've been hearing is that a lot of people are still having fun at Town Hall 9 in War.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many attacks, so many versatile attacks that you can use. It is Town Hall 9 is probably one of the funnest things you can do.
Okay, so I'm learning how to raid better in War, and there's a couple of things that I've been learning, like pulling out the CC with something. I don't have high-level hogs yet, but that's something that I'm going to work on as an offensive troop. But I'll put a giant out there just to pull the CC out, and then I'll put like barbs or use the anchor system. And as soon as the CC's all the way pulled out, then I drop golems down. And as soon as they go for the golems, you drop wizards behind. and then they usually take out the CC.
Yep, that is one effective strategy. Another effective strategy is to for Town Hall 9 is to put 2 witches in your into your clan castle, and then fill the rest up with barbarians. To save the health on the golems, you can just go ahead and do. It's basically like a 2-2-3 combo, which would be the 2 wizards, 2 witches, and 3 barbarians.
Yeah.
You just go ahead and use 2 witches, all barbs, and then just drop 2 wizards behind that, and it'll give you more than enough time to destroy any of the clan castles.
Yeah, no, there's something interesting about that. So usually when you use witches, you can't drop the witches first. You got to drop archers or barbs first so that they grab the aggro, and that gives your witch time to do the spell.
Spawn the skeletons,
right? Yep. Okay, so I am learning that. I seen that on a video, and I try to watch as much YouTube videos, and there's a lot of good guys out there now that are putting out content, but it seems like as the formula gets figured out, then things change again. People people change what's in their defensive clan castles, and you got to always stay on top of things. So okay, so clan castle with 2 witch and all barbs. Try that out.
Yes, sir. Another thing that if we're talking about war and you're talking about a war clan, there's some insider tips that you're really not you never really hear about until you see it happen to yourself, or a good friend just goes, hey, check this out, this is what we should do. And I'll go ahead and give you one of those tips now. If you are a intense warring clan and you do have 25 to 30 people that are in your clan, what I highly recommend is you guys get into a chat channel, such as a lot of people use GroupMe. A lot of people use Clash Caller. There's some other, anything where you can interact with each other. I did once with one clan. We did a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And the rule was not to friend request anybody in the clan. Just go ahead and keep them, and we can talk to each other in the group, unless you really would say, hey, go ahead and send me a friend request.
Yeah.
Make sure our personal life stay out of the gaming life. A lot of things is people don't ever pay attention to is just stop. Like, once in a blue moon, not a blue moon, after every raid or every time you attack somebody as a farming, go look at the enemy clan castles and add up troop spacing.
Add up troop spacing? Oh, to see what they have, or to...
to start from the top and work your way down. So if you have 25 people that are active throughout 24 hours, you should be able to tell what's going to be in their clan castle just by, hey, number 1 went from 12 to 16, or number 1 went from 0 to 30, number 1 went from 0 to 5, and you can begin to track what's already going to be in their clan castle before, so you know how deep the clan castle pool is going to have to be or how shallow it can be.
Yeah, and we have tried that. I don't think we do it regularly enough, but I was noticing one time, I saw it jump 12. I was like, oh, they just put a witch in there.
Absolutely.
And then 16, oh, okay, so Wiz went in there right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a great tip, and I've kind of forgotten about it because I don't think I was told it. I think I just accidentally saw it happen, but never thought of it as a valuable tool to continue doing. We also use the Line app, and unfortunately, we like to mix personal life with the game, so we're all over the place. We all live in the Line chat, and after 7 months of playing together, we're pretty much like a family. So we post everything in there. It's a very personable place to be. We don't just allow anybody in. In fact, if there's anybody in LexCorp right now that's listening to this, if you're not part of the Line app, just stick around for a while, and then we just don't like to give it out because you never know how long somebody's going to stay.
Absolutely.
So we don't take that lightly. But for those that do want to stick around and have war with us, they get invited into our Line app, and then we have different. What's cool about Line is that you can have different chat channels. So we have one for elders and the co-leaders, and then we have one for all members, and it's kind of broken down like that. So we can discuss promotions, demotions, and all kinds of the internal things that go on behind the scenes in any clan. So, but it's a lot of fun. I like having all that communication there.
Yeah, that's communication is definitely one of the keys and one of the tools to be successful on a day-to-day basis.
So, was it part of the streaming process that kind of got you all this knowledge of how to play war better, or were you taking things that you saw when you were not streaming and brought those in, or do you just get a lot of tips from people?
At one point in time, I watched a lot of the streamers, and I just kind of picked up some tips that, to somebody who plays all the time and knows all the tips and all the tricks, to them it's not important.
Yeah.
But for somebody such as myself, where they're going to lightning and clan castle on a pole, one thing that, it's just minute things you look over, like, if you're going to use lightning spell on minions, make sure you aim for the shadow on the ground instead of the actual minions floating in the air.
Yeah.
Those are the tips that you pick up along the way. You kind of just, oh my God, I've never even saw that before. Now I see how it works.
Yeah, and like you said, there's just some things that maybe nobody tells you for a real long time until you have a buddy that kind of says, hey, try this, and then all of a sudden it seems so obvious. At least that's what happens to me. I have those.
Yeah,
those
you're like, well, what the heck have I been doing this whole time?
Yeah, I have a lot of those moments, unfortunately, but I really enjoy just kind of learning as I go. I've always been that kind of gamer, especially like in all the old school role-playing games I used to play. Is I didn't want the cheat book or the how-to guide. I just wanted to just fall into a world and then wander and figure it out. And so but with Clash of Clans, though, there's sort of like you gotta like help out your clan, and there's people relying on your attacks. So it feels like the more communication that you have and the more research and if you're checking out YouTube or Twitch, it really helps your game a lot.
Yes, it does.
So that's what's been helping me. Okay, so you've had a chance to look at my base. If you had the power to control this base, what would be the next thing that I should do?
For you, I would start working on upgrading the hogs.
Okay.
Really wouldn't be putting much focus into the queen as of right now. Level 5 hogs. Now I don't know. Do you know how war matchup actually queues you up? Do you know what matters in war and what doesn't matter in war?
We've in LexCorp, for a very long time we have been fixing who we have in our clan for the war algorithm. We don't know how the war algorithm works. In fact, I've put out a shout out, like if anyone has any information to let us know.
I can actually tell you and break it down for you if you'd like.
Awesome. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. Go ahead.
War matchups are not based on your hero level or your wall level at all.
At all.
Nope. You can have a clan with all level 5 heroes, and you can match up against a clan with all level 40 heroes. What matters is your defenses and what kind of defenses you do have. I don't know the exact point value per defense. I just know, even if there's level 1 Inferno Towers, it makes a huge difference than to not have Inferno Towers. Like, you see a lot of the Town Hall 10s, you look at them like, oh my God, that guy's so rushed. But you're like, you say you matched up with 10 Town Hall 10s and you don't even have one in your clan. You're like, dude, this sucks. How do they have so many more than us? What they look at is the defensive levels. So if you guys both have level 6 Wizard Towers, that Town Hall 10 to them is considered a Town Hall 8. Doesn't matter what color the Town Hall is.
So it's really based on the Town Hall level of the defense, not the Town Hall level itself.
Yes.
So if you got a Town Hall 10 with Town Hall 8 defenses, the game matches you more as a Town Hall 8 rather than a Town Hall 10?
Yes. Recently I know some people that are kind of exploiting this with it's called the Town Hall 9.5.
I've heard about this. Can you explain to the audience what a 9.5 base is?
A 9.5 is somebody who doesn't have Inferno Towers built on their base. They always cancel them after they queue for war because it kind of locks your preparation. It'll lock it in the preparation phase that you have Infernos, and you delete them off your base. So you can be a Town Hall 10 with level 40 heroes, maxed out walls, and you do have level 1 Inferno Towers on your base, but when you matched up, you didn't have those built, so they considered your base as a Town Hall 9.
Oh.
Even though you do have the extra spells, you have the extra troops, and your army camps are 240.
Oh,
it still considers you
during
as
the build
TH9.
time.
Yes.
During that build time, it puts it into the war math and puts them in there on your base.
Yes, it does.
Okay,
Yep.
so then what people do is in after war they cancel out of the building of that
Yep.
Tesla.
They can't. They cancel it. They refund. They get half their money back. They go ahead and farm up the gold, build them before they queue up for their next war.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens every time.
So 9.5 base then is just somebody who is currently building Infernos. It doesn't matter about any other defenses. It's specifically the Inferno Towers.
The Infernos give such a huge jump in the defensive points. Like, just tower 10 points, but an Inferno for 6.
I see. So you're gaining a huge advantage because you're probably going to be matching up with somebody who does not have Inferno Towers.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And especially if you can cap out level 40 heroes, because heroes don't matter either. Neither do walls.
Now,
so if you had a full clan of 9.5s, you can only imagine what's going to happen to anybody that faces them.
Yeah, they're going to get a face full of fire. That's what they're going to get.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's been so much discussion about the algorithm and how it works. In fact, on one of the Reddit forums, there was a claim that I think it was Lost Phoenix clan, they claim to have figured it out, cracked the code, whatever you want to call it, and that they successfully matched up some of their feeder clans. But that information now has been several months. So you seem pretty confident in what you're telling me about the defenses. How did this get confirmed?
It's just not really. When Clan Wars first came out, Supercell did post something about how the algorithm was.
Mm-hmm.
It would say when it was almost a year ago, man. They posted something. You'll get matched up based on your defensive levels, your troop spacing. You'll see a Town Hall 10 match up against a TH8 because the army camp's only at 200. So every single thing in the game besides the walls and the heroes have some type of point value that will match. And it's not hard to match up with such a clan as Lost Phoenix to match up against their feeder clan.
Yeah.
If you have the same town halls, with the same defensive levels, you're gonna match if you search at the same time.
Yeah, that seems to be the other factor is the timing of the search.
Yeah, we used to do that back in Unity Air Force. We used to do inter clan wars where we would split the clan in half and face each other.
We're doing that right now. We're calling it, in fact, we just started. It's called LexCorp Mirror Clan. And in fact, if you search right now, I wonder if it's showing up. Let me see. We were sort of wondering if this would work because we were going to have to. Oh yeah, I don't know if you noticed. There's two LexCorps. If you search LexCorp, one has 36 members, the other one has 21. We're building these two clans to fight each other because we're all friends, but we think it's going to be kind of cool if we could fight each other. So, hello?
It definitely will. It'll be fun, and also test yourself and test your guys' war designs because, you put yourself up against it's kind of a friendly thing, but you also you do want to win deep down. You're like, no, we're gonna beat these guys. We're not gonna lose to them.
Well, we're all in the same line chat, so it's gonna get pretty bad. The trash talk is gonna get pretty bad, but it's gonna be a lot of fun too. Because I think personally, I wish the game had some sort of feature like a duel feature, where you can duel a friend. Maybe for I don't know how they would work out the cost of it, or if you had to pay a gem price or what to prevent cheating, but. Some way that you could just like hit the button and invite somebody in your clan or just somebody and say, hey, do you want to like battle each other? I was once on the stream, I was kind of just ranting off. I would like to see a one-on-one in wars where you build 5 base designs and you only get 1 attack per base design. So it's 5 war attacks
there's 5 different designs, and you just basically you queue up. You get the same guy, same town hall level with the same defenses, the same troop levels.
Yeah.
And whoever has the highest percent out of those 5 attacks is going to win. Not stars, but percent.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. But are you talking about somebody that has like 5 accounts, or just like how would you figure that out?
You'd have one account and you would have 5 different war slots. So you would have 5 different base designs based on your one-on-one attacking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that would work. I think Supercell, though, really needs to implement some sort of feature where... Because, the question always comes down to, is your base better than your friend's base? Will it hold up? Because you're always going to have a buddy that says, like, hey, you need to work on this, or you need to do this, or I'm ahead of you on my walls are better than your walls, whatever. It would be cool to just have a button there and say, oh, yeah, well, okay, let's figure it out. Yeah, right now. Let's just cook our troops and let's get this on. That'd be really cool. So, Supercell, if you're listening, think about that. Okay, well, I'm glad that you kind of explained the war algorithm. You made it sound so simple that it almost sounds too good to be true. There's just so much information about it, but, in a way it does make sense because we have a couple of... accounts in our clan where they're just war accounts, so they have very low defensive buildings, but they're maxed on their offensive. So
yes,
we have one. In fact, should be down at the bottom. Ghostbuster is one of our accounts. It's one of the leaders' accounts. If you look at his base, he's got no walls, no nothing, but he's got the max dragons and max rage.
Yeah, and he's always put at the bottom of the queue, right?
Always.
Even though he's a higher town hall, it's because he doesn't have the defenses to give him the points to be considered that high.
Yeah, he was really pissed off too because that beginning tutorial of the game forced him to buy that one cannon that he has. But if it wasn't for that, he'd probably have not even that one little cannon. So
if you had a full clan of that, to really play with the algorithm and kind of search, if you had 10 accounts that were, like I said, no defenses, that were at Town Hall 7 with max dragons, and just search up and see what you match up against, you'd be really surprised.
We would probably destroy them, right?
Oh yeah, you'd probably match like Town Hall 4s, 5s, and 6s.
That'd be funny. I think somebody needs to create a clan and you should stream that. That would be awesome.
I'd actually have to.
How quickly could you create a clan in your Twitch and, like, spur of the moment, do something crazy like that? Can you just call out and say, hey, everybody, let's create a clan for this purpose and do something like that?
I filled the clan in under a minute. I started a new clan by myself while I was streaming, and I said, everybody come join, and filled it in under a minute.
Did you hit the war button?
Yeah, I did that. I did.
Oh, that's cool.
And I learned my lesson.
Oh, it wasn't good, huh?
No.
Yeah, everybody lives for the moment. They don't want to do the work, though.
By the start of the war, we were already down 15 members, and I'm like, ouch, can't do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, what's funny, too, is we always tell everyone we're a strict war clan, use both attacks, we got to see some sort of activity in the game chat, or we're going to wonder if you're going to make it for war. And everybody always is like, oh, yeah, I'm cool, I'm solid, don't worry about me. And this last war that we had like 4 no-shows. So you can't win sometimes.
I agree completely, man. Sometimes people, I've had, in my clan, the one I've been running for the past month and a half, strict activity to where, we were doing 50 on 50s, and literally all 100 attacks would be used every time.
Let me go back to some of the war attack or war strategies that are pretty popular. You explain them all the time, but and it's really hard on a podcast because you don't have no visual aids. But you were telling me to work on hogs. Now, I think hogs sort of had a misconception that they were nerfed, and then I've heard some explanations that they weren't. They were just changed a little. And the giant bombs changed hogs. but it wasn't technically a nerf. How important are the hogs as a Town Hall 9 player? The Goho is one of the most popular attacks. So
yes, it is sweeping across Town Hall 9s as of right now. I agree completely.
Okay, so the Goho Goho Wee Wipe. I mean, that's pretty much the. Would you call that like an intermediate Town Hall 9 attack? I mean, it's not really an early Town Hall 9 like myself, but is that something to grow into? Is adding hogs to the attack?
Yes. There's a lot like the. A Goho conception would be a Goho is considered golems, hogs, and loons.
Okay.
And then a Go Wipe would be golems, pekkas, and wizards. And then a Go Wee Wee would be golems, pekkas, golems, wizards, witches, and yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, golems, yeah. And that would be the Go Wee Wee. Now there's attacks that are coming out. It's called Hollow Wee Wee. I don't know if you've heard of that. If you watch any of the Hawk Files YouTubes, you'll see Hollow Wee Wee. We're using hogs, loons, witches, and wizards. And witches meaning only 2 to kill the clan castle, which would be the kill squad with 2 wizards following up. And then, yes, hogs are still very important in wars. The reason being is they didn't get nerfed. The only thing that got affected by the hogs were hogs didn't change. They didn't lose health. They didn't lose their offense. What changed is the giant bombs do double the damage to them. So you'll see a lot of bases put 2 giant bombs together.
Yeah.
But if you are a good hog attacker or you know the pathing and the AI of the hogs, you can use balloons or other attacking troops to destroy some of the defensive units so your hogs won't go over those bombs.
So controlling the pathing is where you use the loons to take out as many outside defenses as possible, right? So that the hogs don't have to jump back over to that section.
It's not even about destroying the outside defenses, as many as you possibly can get.
Uh-huh.
It's about scouting the base, figuring out where there could be a double giant bomb, and if there isn't a spot for a double giant bomb in the base, then you can just use hogs like you normally regularly would. You take out the queen and just hog the base. But if there is a spot for the double giant bomb, what you have to look at is how can I destroy the 2 defenses on the left and the right, and my hogs won't go over those.
Yeah, so there's a special relationship between the hogs and the queen, right, in your attack?
When you're attacking a base, you want to eliminate the queen, and the reason why is the queen will do a lot more damage to the hogs than the king would. The queen's a lot more faster on her feet. She's going to shoot a lot farther range. She has more range than the king, and she'll do a lot more damage to a patch of hogs than a king would, because the king has to chase the hogs. By that time, he only gets to hit on it once or twice, and then it returns back to its platform.
Yeah, to anybody listening, if you heard me mention queen pulling a few shows back, I had the name all wrong, but what I was trying to say was there's an attack called Cold Hearted, and that is where you send in a golem directly to aggro the queen so that the queen locks on to the golem, and then you send your kill squad behind it. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, Timo, but once the golem is aggroed by the archer queen, it doesn't matter what the wizards are attacking, they'll sort of turn and try to help the golem as he approaches the queen. Is that true?
Yes, it will, but it depends on how far the range is. Like, if you have a wizard clear across the base, it's not going to stop what it's doing and try to run through 50 walls to get to it. It really depends on the pathing itself. With the Code Hard, the attack that you're talking about in general,
yeah.
A lot of the times they bring 2 to 3 wizards to destroy the trash on the left or the right, and then they leave one building in the middle, so the hero pathing is going to go directly in and go forward.
Oh, so leave one building alone. That way the hero has something to attack.
To a target, just in case it doesn't get caught onto the queen shooting the golem, because maybe the golem goes too far into the base.
That's a tip I'm going to use. I didn't think about that. Yeah, definitely you want to create the funnel by getting rid of the stuff on the sides.
Yes.
But leave a building alone so that if you drop your king, he won't try to circle the base. He'll go towards that building.
And I remember when Clan Wars first came out, Go Wipe was one of the best strategies that everybody can use because you would 2-star any design that was faced. And it would usually come with 2 golems and then a lot of wizards to clean up the trash. And you drop the golem on one side of the base, a golem on the other side, wizards to back it up, and drop the P.E.K.K.A.s in the middle. And a lot of people just knew that because of what YouTube showed. But what you got to understand is the golems are dropped to take the wizards, destroy the trash, so the P.E.K.K.A.s go into the front of the triangle of the base design.
The wizards play a huge part of this attack.
Yes. A lot of times when you see somebody use a Go Wipe, they don't clear the trash, and then, I call it the, they go on the merry-go-round where the P.E.K.K.A.s, you send 3 P.E.K.K.A.s and they target an army camp, and then they go all the way around the base, and you're like, dude, why do my P.E.K.K.A.s do that every time?
Yeah.
It's the fact, if you spread out the wizards, leave the middle buildings kind of alone, so the P.E.K.K.A.s are going to go straight from one middle. It's like drawing a straight line into the middle of the base. By using the golems on the left and the right, using the wizards to destroy those buildings, and leaving kind of like a straight line to the town hall, so the P.E.K.K.A.s are just going to go right to the core of the base.
Yeah, I think what's challenging as somebody who no longer wants to be just a good 2-star player but wants to really go for the 3-star is you really got to learn not to spam all your troops and try to go for the core.
Yes.
You really have to save. You either have to work on the back end of the base in another way, either hogs, loons, or have something else in mind. But once you get to the core, if you send everything in, it's really hard to get out of the core. It's sort of like a death trap.
Yes. It's all Clan Wars is all about preparation, man. It's about looking at the base, scouting it out, and not only scouting out what the walls look like, what the base design looks like, but scouting out where the air defenses are, scouting out where the splash damage is. Now, a lot of times if somebody has a lot of air defenses favoring one side of the base, you can attack that side with a Go Wipe, but bring 8 to 10 loons that once everything's trapped and locked on into the core, then you just bring the balloons from the back end, and it just kind of just makes a whole, it's like you're clapping in the middle of the base.
So let's say I wanted to protect myself from a cold-hearted attack or from protecting my queen. What's are some good defenses to have around the queen's base? Just archer towers or some sort of
kind of having giant bombs very, very close to where the queen range is going to be would be helping, because if the wizards get sucked in, the giant bomb gets triggered and it takes out the wizards behind a golem.
Okay.
Any base design that you're going to bring, if it's a Town Hall 9 and you're going up against a clan that understands the pathing, understands how to eliminate defensive units to use their pathing correctly, any Town Hall 9 base design is going to be 3-starred.
Okay, so there are some limitations.
Yeah, no matter what your base design is, depending on how good or how skilled the attacker is, there's going to be a way to beat it.
So how much preparation time do you put into scanning and preparing for war? Are you pretty good now? Like 5 minutes,
Yeah,
or you just look at it? Okay, do this.
When I first started, before the having multiple base layouts, when I first started, I'd spend a good 2 to 3 hours looking at all the bases to kind of see what my variety and what my skill of the attack could be to make it, a possible. Back when I started, I was a Town Hall 9 always attacking Town Hall 10s to free up some of our Town Hall 10 attackers to attack Town Hall 9s, or our top players to attack the lower base Town Hall 10s. The people who had level 40 heroes can attack a weak TH10 for the 3-star and optimize the war stars. So it was a little bit different when I first started off. But it's a lot of times it's just you have to spend the time like, okay, this is something that I'm comfortable with. I've seen this base design go down a few times in previous wars, and I know exactly how to do it. Or just going into scouting and say, hey, where are the traps going to be? Is there going to be 2 giant bombs here, 2 giant bombs there?
Yeah, we sort of do it like a very ghetto way. The way our wars typically end up is we're very fast attackers. So usually within the first 4 hours of the war, we have about 60% of our attacks already done, and we have, well, depending on the size of the clan war, we'll have 60 to 80 stars already in the bag, real early. But we have a lot of extra attacks from our mid-level members that are in the war, so we try to use them to like fight up and give it a shot and see how they do. Sometimes it feels kind of like hard to ask somebody to go up when you know they're not going to be able to 3-star. But sometimes it helps because they can detect where the traps are. And if we have enough attacks, as long as they get a star or two, then they'll still get their war loot. And it'll give a higher player a chance to review those attacks so they can see where some of the traps are.
Yeah, I've seen people use talent, like 3 talent. Like I'm in a clan with my 4th account. It's just a guy from work. Mm-hmm. He has a clan. It's got like 3 Town Hall 9s, like 5 Town Hall 8s, and then a lot of Town Hall 7s and a lot of Town Hall 6s. And they do exactly the same thing. What they do is they use the Town Hall 6s to attack the Town Hall 9s to see exactly if there's hidden Teslas out in the corner, the base, or if there's giant bombs anywhere out there. They go ahead and barge the sides to see, and then that's when they start using their top attackers. They're like, okay, we know where the traps are now. It's just time to attack the base.
Yeah, and there's I don't know if you know this. I'm going to kind of spring this on you. When does a Tesla pop up? Because sometimes it'll pop up even when there's no troop near it. Is it when the town hall gets attacked? Do all the Teslas pop?
The Tesla will pop if it's within range, and then after that, all the Teslas pop at 50%.
Oh, so at 50%, they all pop up.
Yes.
That's what was going on. Okay, I was watching some replays, and all of a sudden, out in the corner, you'd see a Tesla pop up, and I was wondering, why did it do that? I thought it was because the town hall was under attack. And
if it's at 50%, all Teslas get popped.
Okay. All right, I didn't know that.
Just for the fact that you don't want it to be at 99% and there's a hidden Tesla in the corner and it doesn't pop up until a troop hits it. So they put a feature in at 50%. All the town hall, all the Teslas are going to pop up.
Yeah.
Show exactly where it's going to be at.
It'd be kind of cool if they didn't, though, huh?
That would be very, very hard because a lot of people would put all 4 hidden Teslas in the corner. And if your troop doesn't get deployed on that corner, then you're not going to get a 3-star.
Yeah, it would be kind of funny, though. But I was wondering about that. Okay. Man, I'm learning a lot today. Okay, so as soon as I got to Town Hall 9, I jumped on the Expos. So I have Expos, but is placing the Expos, is there any particular way I should do it as far as for war or for farming? Like right now I have them all in the center with the CC and the Dark Elixir, but so far that works for me because I got my Town Hall outside anyways. I've been having a lot of fun. I know people are going to not agree with this, but I've been having so much fun in the morning before work is watching my replays with all the spring traps going off when people try to rush my Town Hall that's outside and the Tesla's popping up. I know I'm not going to do that forever because it gets kind of costly, but right now it's sort of fun to just have something to watch in the mornings when I'm having my coffee.
It is fun. I agree with that on that point, but here's something that you didn't know. So a lot of people, if they drop their okay, so if I drop my hero, say I'm like a Town Hall 10 that's low in cups, so I'm trying to get my way back up, and I drop my heroes on the outside Town Halls, and your Tesla is pop, I'm dropping my full army comp on your base. I do not care. It's just something that everyone in my community, they're gonna do it. It doesn't matter how many cups you're worth, how much loot you're worth, whatever the consequences are gonna be. If I drop my level 40 queen on and you're gonna take 2 hours off her life and I have to wait 2 hours for her to regen, I'm gonna give you my full army camp.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna make me pay for that.
Absolutely.
For that joke.
Yep.
You know what? Are there like unspoken etiquettes with attacking somebody that maybe I don't know about?
That's an unspoken etiquette right there.
Okay, so so how do you feel about this? A lot of times you'll see an outside town hall, but then people will go for the base because maybe it has a lot of loot. Is that disrespectful?
No, it's not really disrespectful. We're playing the game for the loot. But if I'm a farmer and your base isn't worth anything, I'm a Town Hall 10, you're a Town Hall 9. Maybe your base isn't worth anything to me.
Yeah.
But to a Town Hall 8, you're worth a lot more.
Yeah.
But as a courtesy farmer, I'm going to drop my troops. I'm going to snipe you. I'm going to give you the free 12-hour shield.
Okay. Because you still get the bonus. You still get
the loot bonus. Yeah, the loot bonus. And if, everyone's like, well, dude, it's only 7,000. It's only 14,000. But if you think about that, that's like somebody saying, hey, here's $14,000. Do you want it? And you say, no, I just don't. I don't ever hear people. I put it on there. It gives you experience. If you're a Town Hall 9, I get 9 experience for taking out your Town Hall. That adds to my profile. It increases my level. It's like donating 9 barbarians.
Yeah. I guess I never thought about it that way. It's just so much fun, though.
It is fun. But, God.
Yeah, you know what? I always wonder, the Clash of Clans game you don't have a lot of interaction with who you attack, but you always wonder what they're thinking about you. Like, I know when I get attacked, and if I get 3-star, I'm like, man, sometimes your blood just goes hot. You're like, you're scanning their profile. You want to know what their name is, what clan they're in. It's like you get real. It gets personal.
It does.
With who takes you out. I wish there was a way, even if it was through emotes, that you could tell somebody either like, "Oh, good game," or "I hate you," something.
They brought this up a long time ago. I've been around Clash of Clans ever since the game came out.
Yeah.
They did bring this up when it first came out, but it is a family-oriented game. They have 13, 12, 14-year-olds, and can you imagine a 50-year-old guy coming across to a 13-year-old kid just laying into him with a custom message?
Well, yeah, it happens in Halo. I mean, you get teabagged in Halo, so...
And that's one thing they don't want it to happen.
No teabagging in Clash of Clans. Huh?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I always wondered. In fact, we just finished up a podcast episode last night, and we were talking about if there was more emotes or stuff for the game chat, because that update leak came out, and it was talking about they were going to do some changes to the donations and how you receive donations.
Yes.
I have no idea exactly what if this is true, what do they mean by that? But it seems like they're changing stuff that will affect the chat bar in the clan. So, do you have any thoughts on what that could be, or what's going on?
When I first seen that on stream, that was one of the things I had no idea what they were talking about.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like. Remember, it was a few updates ago, but they allowed you to dump troops out of your clan castles. So it looks like maybe there's going to be some way of modifying donations, maybe, or maybe you can select only receive the troops selected, maybe, so you don't get junk troops that you didn't ask for. I don't know. Now,
that would be the smart way to do it. To be able to dump troops in your regular clan castle would be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just exploit it to level themselves up.
We have as a war clan, we have the biggest trouble with just new people coming in, and they want to be helpful, but they don't understand that we have a system down and we have dedicated donators for the clan castles, and then they'll start dumping level 5 Wiz in there, and man, for the guy that spent all afternoon cooking max Wiz, there's nothing more irritating than to try to donate and there's stuff already in there. So,
yeah, I know what you mean on that one.
So who knows? Maybe there's going to be some pretty cool changes as far as how donations goes. I'm curious. You saw that leak. Is there any merit to what you read? Do you think there's anything in there that's possibly true, or do you think that's all trash?
Definitely increasing the HP of the air defenses is going to be a pretty cool thing. I don't know about increasing the loot bonus yet again. I It just really depends, man. I'm one of those guys that, I don't really want to talk about the update, but when it comes out, it comes out.
Yeah.
So many people say, "Hey, dude, did you hear about the update?" Or, "Hey, do you know what the update is?" And I'm just kind of like, I think, people linked out stuff, but it's instantly, it was up for 8 hours and it automatically got deleted out.
Yeah. Who knows? If half of the list is true, I'll be happy. It sounds like a really good update list. Some stuff is wacky. I don't know what they're talking about that waterfall for. I don't need no waterfall in my game, but
the waterfall used to be in Clash of Clans a month when it first came out, and then they removed it.
Yeah, I don't care for it. I don't even look at the ocean beach anymore. I just take it for granted. And why does that beach have so many boulders on it? I mean, you can't even do anything on that beach.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, we're already at an hour, but I got a couple more questions before I let you go.
Not a problem.
We talked about war attacks. We talked about the war pathing, hogs, the queen, funneling. Now, as I move forward in my personal experiences with Town Hall 9, there's really no set standard of what attack I should be using. I could use all of the above in all of these. Go ho, go low, go wee, go wee wipe. All of those combinations can be played with even in early stages. Or do you recommend that I max everything first?
No, you definitely can play with them at an early stage.
Uh-huh.
As long as you are getting the fundamentals down.
Okay.
If everything looked good and it's an easy war win, that's experimenting.
Yeah.
I'll try different attack strategies that I'm not comfortable with to get a little more comfortable with.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Do you recommend anybody to use their regular farming rate or their farming camps to build mock war troops for practice, and then look for bases that kind of represent a good war base? Or is that just a waste of money?
No, it's not. It's pushing yourself. I really always thought pushing was probably one of the dumbest things in the world to do until I started my push up. Right now I'm 4,200 trophies. I always thought it was a dumb idea to really hey, push, but to be able to adjust an army camp and you only have 30 seconds to scout a base, and you can't build a 12-hour army or preparation, a 2.5-hour army for a select base, it does change it. So if you're going to do go wipe, no matter what bases on you match up when you're pushing, if it gives you a high cup offer to go ahead and challenge yourself and see if you're capable of finding the green line to every base.
Yeah, it is. I guess that I never thought about that, but 30 seconds does not give you much time to invest that much cost of your troops. But I've been hearing about pushing with Goiwi as much as now Lunian. Is there a lot of variations now that you're seeing with pushing, or are people sticking to the tried and true methods of Barch and Lunian?
I see it all in it. People use Quattro Lavas, Dual Lavas. You'll see Go Wipe. You'll see Go Wee Wee. You'll see Barch. You see Balloon Minion strategy. You see it all right now, actually. The most cost-effective one would be, if you're farming for Dark Elixir, the Ballooning Minion strategy, the reason why is you can reach into the middle of the base. If you're looking to farm the bonus, you use Barch and just constantly hit the 50% 1-star to get the loot bonus itself. There's plenty of different ways to push. Some people like to do it the fast raids, where they find raids fast, they hop on it, they attack, then they attack again. But it's all depending on what your schedule is. Are you going to have time to sit and do a 2-hour boost? Or do you just cook one 45-minute army comp and then wait 45 minutes to attack once, break your shield, and then go ahead and try gaining 15 cups, winning 10 on defense, or just losing 6 or 9 on defense and gaining 16 at one point in time?
If anybody out there wants to give me $3,000 to push, you know where to reach me at. So that is so. You know what? I'm so impressed by the generosity and the support of your audience. And I know it's not just yours. I know there's a lot of streamers out there who are making. I don't know if they're making a living, but I know that they're getting support from their fans. I think that's awesome, and I'm really glad that all of this is working out for you.
It's definitely a huge thing, man. When somebody delivers pizza to your house and they're like, dude, you're Tmo, it does bring a brightness to your day.
You had the pizza guy recognize you?
Yes.
That's awesome, man. Hopefully he gave you some extra breadsticks or something. That'd be cool.
I was just like, please don't tell anybody my address in stream.
Yeah. We want to keep you safe. So, but I'm definitely glad that I had a chance to talk to you, and I'm sure there's probably a million things that I forgot to ask, but maybe we could have you on again if you ever want to talk about some cool stuff going on with you, or if you just want to jump on the show. We'd love to have you back. So I appreciate, Tmo, your time and talking to me. This has been a great thrill and honor for me to have you on. So I know there's a lot of people out there that love you. So thank you.
No, not a problem, man. Like I said, you know how to reach me. Hit me up on Twitter. Send me a private message. Same thing.
Okay, guys. So let's get all that information out there. So why don't you let everyone know what your Twitter name is and where and the Twitch info and all that stuff.
The Twitter would be just very simple, the same way we introduced it's Tmo1990. You can find me there. It's an either way. If you want to go ahead and check out what streaming is about, just go ahead and do www.twitch.tv/Tmo1990. I might not be live, so it might say I'm offline. The best way to do it is if you really want to see what the live streaming experience is like, just hop on Twitch, search in the game, and then go ahead and type in Clash of Clans, and you'll see quite a few streamers.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Twitch, guys, is that there's always somebody on. So it's a very tight community, especially with the Clash community. So everyone seems to support everybody. So if you jump on at a time and Tmo's not on, there'll probably be somebody else that's streaming a game. And check it out and start subscribing to these guys. And it's a lot of fun, like I said. Sometimes it makes... if you're just sitting there by yourself, or there's not a lot of activity going on around you, it's nice to put on a stream and listen to you guys explain the attacks. And so we're gonna do something here at the end. I asked Tmo. There's a thing that streamers do is where they roast somebody's base. So. It's just like the regular roast on Comedy Central, where they make fun of somebody. I asked Tmo if he could just basically tell me straight to my face what's wrong with my base, what am I doing wrong, and just have at it. So, Tmo, I know I didn't give you a lot of time, but maybe you've had my base up for a little bit, but why don't you go ahead and give me a base review? They do this on Twitch all the time, so this is going to be... Do
you want a good base review, or do you want me to be the bad base review?
No, I deserve it. Just go ahead and just destroy my base and just tell me everything, how horrible I am. But go ahead, I'll stop talking.
Yeah, you guys didn't... Oh, because you got the TM, that's why.
Yeah.
So I probably had to scroll down.
Yeah, we're trademarked.
All right. Whenever you're ready for this, man. Oh, this is going to be terrible, man. This is terrible.
All right. Okay. I'm ready for my roast.
All right. So, everybody, if to know what a roast is, it's basically you start off looking at a player's profile. You check out all the troop levels. From there, you move forward. The first thing that I realized is just looking at his army, and, looking at his troop levels and things like that. I see level 4 hogs. Everybody knows you can get level 4, or I'm sorry, I see level 2 hogs. You can get level 4 hogs at a Town Hall 8. So this guy goes up. He's like, man, my dragons are where it's at. That's how I'm going to 3-star every base. And then as soon as he became a TH9, he's like, dude, these dragons suck. I can't do anything to this thing. And that's basically the lesson he learned by not upgrading his hogs at a Town Hall 8 and experimenting with them first. because now he's going into fresh Town Hall 9s, and he's attacking Town Hall 9s, and he's like, dude, these hogs, they're just not working. Obviously, level 2s aren't going to work for anything. He started off by upgrading his barbarians first, which is actually really good. I'm assuming he's working on his archers next. No reason to why to upgrade his barbarians. If it's a war clan, he's upgrading the worst troop where he's just going to use 3 to anchor his troops off to the corner of a base. So obviously, I was waiting to see like level 2 witches first, but no, he didn't bring that.
I knew you were going to bring up those barbarians.
All right, so the guy upgrades. He's like, man, he talks about it on his podcast. He's like, we are strictly a war clan. We don't farm much, but we're a war clan. So tell me why a war clan guy upgrading barbarians is the first thing he does at a Town Hall 9. We're a war clan, but he's only going to use 3 of them to use his troops to anchor off to a corner of a base. Don't ask me why, but that was his first 7 day upgrade in his fresh lab. All right. So from there, I'm going to look at a Town Hall 9 who does not even have the Goblin campaign completed yet. He's sitting at 143. He's like, dude, that 1.6 million raid at the end, I don't need that. I'm not worried about it. I'd rather just go ahead and attack twice in war and get a 600K loot bonus or an 800K loot bonus instead of the actual, 1.6 million at the end of the Goblin campaign. We're going to go right into his gold grab. Like I said, it's 250 million to max out a TH8. Guy's sitting at 210. So it looks like he fell a little bit short on his base. Didn't max out everything completely at a TH8. He did rush a little bit. Once again, we addressed the hog thing, but we're gonna go back into it. So then we look at the humiliator. He's like, "Yo, what's wrong with 1,548 town halls destroyed?" Come on, bro. I know you've seen more farmers that in your career of this game. Level 97, bro. You should at least found 2,000 town halls on the outside and just sniped them to get that achievement. Win 5,000 battles. We'll give you that. We'll give you that. Now here is something that I want to tell you guys here in general. I am looking at this guy. I have been playing the game for 2 years, ever since the game came out. I have defensive 346. That is it. This guy has 383 and has probably been playing. Let's see. Let me go ahead and scout it. I'll make sure. Almost a year. Yeah. You're probably at your 1 year mark right now.
Yeah, it was Super Bowl.
Yeah. You're at your 1 year mark. So we're looking at that. So this guy, I'm assuming you had your town hall on the inside of your bases for a long, long time, and you just learned what an outside town hall actually does to your resources.
Yeah.
So this pigeon, completely backwards, has no idea what's going on. This pigeon finally realized, dude, that outside town hall saves me a lot of loot a lot of the times. And he realized trophies don't really matter unless you're pushing. We're going to go into, oh my God, don't tell me. Do not tell me this guy. All right. Oh my God. Let's go down to his heroic heist here, guys. All right, we're going to add this up. I want you guys to add this up with me. 500. Oh, no, never mind. I thought it said 58,000. I was like, holy crap, dude. How do you even have a level 40 queen? Level 5 queen. All right, 580. That's not bad. You didn't gem any of your troops, did you?
I gemmed
Did you gem your king? You didn't gem your king.
A little bit.
It's been so long since I actually had seen what it had to do to match up, but I did sense a little bit of gemming on there, right there. He's like, oh man, it's only 20 KD. I got the gems. I'm gonna get it. I got it. Oh, look at that queen level upgraded. All right, but with all the oh man.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
It's getting worse.
It just got really worse, man. It really, really bad. We went to League of All-Stars here.
Oh no! I knew you were gonna
it says reach Masters League. Oh man, he has not even broke Masters yet. Oh my God, it's 2,600. Oh, I seen Town Hall 6s and 5s and 3s and 8s. You're at Town Hall 9 now. You got to at least get that done. And then one thing I'm going to comment: your war hero. I will give you this. 285 war stars. It's fairly impressive. Not the war stars are impressive. The spoils of war is even better. And what I could assume is you're actually in a clan that is winning a majority of the wars.
Yeah.
a lot of people have high war stars with low war loot, and they're like, dude, this sucks. Maybe they're always losing. I will give you that. I definitely will give you that, man. You are you're definitely earning your keep in your clan by doing exactly what you should. When going into his base design, I like the design in general. I don't know why you have a mortar that's a level 6 sitting on the outside of your base protecting your town hall for that free 12-hour shield, but we're not going to say anything about that. We didn't see that. We didn't see that.
Yeah, I was just messing with people.
He's got his queen over there. His mortar is there, and I guarantee those hidden Teslas are out there too, huh? He's trolling with spring traps, giant bombs, skeleton traps. He's got it all out there. Why don't you put your clan castle right next to where your queen's at to really troll him?
That's a good idea.
Have that puppy come out at the same time. Other than that, man, everything looks good, man. You're actually working on your walls. Your defenses are all caught up. You've already caught up all your new walls to level 8. Looks like you're starting on level 9. So you're actually doing the right strategy of, nope, never mind. You have 3 sleeping buildings on your base. Oh, this guy. This guy has max collectors, guys. He's maxed out his collectors before his defenses. And he has 3 sleeping builders. How many builder huts you got? Wait, you only got 3, 4.
No, I got them. I got them all.
Oh, so you got 1 working. What? He's working on a goddamn gold mine.
Yeah, that's Pedro.
He is upgrading a gold mine. He has 3 sleeping builders, and the one that is actually working is on a gold mine. Other than that, man, I'm gonna have to let it go, brother. Your base is your walls are definitely. I like walls over anything, and I told you that once before. So keep working on your Legos. Move those to lavas. Do not rush to Town Hall 10. I strongly do not do it, man. You're not gonna like it. You're gonna kill yourself when you become a Town Hall 10 because the loot is even worse.
Man, that was brutal.
Fun. That was all right. That was a little soft.
Yeah, maybe you were holding back, but I got some tears rolling down my cheeks right now.
We can go ahead and put you up on Eclipse's stream and see what he says of your base.
Well, for anybody out there listening, there's a YouTube video of Tmo who is roasting Eclipse's base, and that is one of the funniest videos you'll ever see. I think that was back in September you did that. So Google that. You'll have a good laugh out of that. But no, that was awesome, man. You know what? There's nothing like a reality check. So, man, but I didn't.
So can I ask one question? Why barbarians if you're in a war clan? Can you explain that to me really quick?
Yeah, it's a really dumb answer, but I had 5 million elixir. And I just kept getting raided. I was like, I'm just going to get rid of this elixir. And barbarians were 4.5. I was so frustrated because I kept losing about 400,000 elixir a day, or after the shield breaks. So I just dumped the elixir. So, and then I figured, I'll just screw it. I won't worry about my offensive troops. I'm just going to work on walls. So. I know it's a shame on me, but I actually was even putting some elixir into my walls. I was just...
No, man, definitely. Walls before everything, so.
OCD on walls, that's my thing. So I was pretty proud that I was able to get all the skull walls at Town Hall 8, but, I mean, Town Hall 9 has 2 levels of walls, so I'm not even when I get all the Legos done, I'm barely halfway there. So...
yeah.
There's a lot to do, man. But
once Legos are done, it's 750 million, which is honestly 3 times your profile to max out just a full set of level 10 walls.
You know, I wonder if is it going to hurt me being in a constant war clan on walls because I'm not going to be able to farm as much. So
you're telling me you do 2 attacks in 48 hours?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's 3.5 wars a week.
So you do, like I said, you do 2 attacks in 48 hours. Is it going to hurt you to do your walls?
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. I walked into that one. Oh man, this has been awesome. Tmo, thanks a lot for coming on. This has been so cool. Roast. I love the roasts. I love how you play the game. I like your. You have a very fresh approach. You have a very simple way of explaining things. And for anybody that's out there that's listening to this podcast, check out Tmo. when he does his raids, he's explaining what he's doing. He's explaining how to get the 50%, how to get the 2-star, how to drop the heroes, and how to pick apart a base so that you maximize your war loot. So thanks, Timo, for coming on. I really appreciate this, and hopefully we can have you back on.
Oh, not a problem, man. Like I said, anytime. Just hit me up on my Twitter.
All right, man. You guys have been listening to the Clash Cast, and thank you all for listening in. We have more shows coming up. We're very excited. We even possibly have a celebrity interview coming up very soon. It'll be very shocking when you find out who it is, but we're excited about it. So thanks to everybody that's been supporting our show. We have a lot of great stuff coming up, and when me, Rob, and Scott come back on the next show, we're going to be talking about some cool things that are coming up for not only for LexCorp, but for the Clash Cast. So you guys stick around, and thanks for the support that you guys give us as well.
Podcast